Hey, Midnight Strike here. So, in this video, I am going to be paying homage to one of my favorite bands, ACDC. So, I used to be a huge super fan back in the day, and I'm pretty much making this video to pay homage to them, like I said, and to show off my whole entire collection, including shirts, posters, and albums, box sets, and music DVDs. So, I don't know, this is just my little way of getting out there that I once was a huge super fan. Now I don't know, like, I like them. They're simplistic. They're what pretty much influenced me to get into hard rock and metal and heavy metal, and then progressively moving on into metalcore. So pretty much I owe AC/DC everything for getting me into rock and metal and pretty much the music revolution that is my life. So to get started, I have this entire album list. That's not everything, by the way. This is their entire discography, pretty much save back tracks. I still need to get that. And then Live in River Plate, or Platte, or Plate, however you pronounce it. But Plate sounds cool. But I don't have that one. It was a concert, I believe, in 2010. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in backtracks, I had already previously gotten the songs in 2007 from torrents and the like, but I'm thinking about just going and rebuying them because it'd be cool to have the complete set, especially with that Family Jewels third disc. I mean, who wouldn't want that? So the first up is Black Ice. I got the deluxe version, the deluxe edition. It comes with the disc back here, right there. And before that, it's actually really cool how they have the lyrics right here in a little book. They have the lyric booklet attached to the CD, which is really unique, and I don't have any other CD case like this. I really like this. It's pretty much a book all on its own. I thought it was a book when I first opened it. I was just like, wait, where's the CD? And then I found it. And then there is Back in Black, and all of my CDs are the Epic remasters, so they got that right there. It's weird though, because this one folds out twice, and all the other ones pretty much fold out only once. But all the Epic remasters have this little cool lyric booklet in here, so has all these rare photos of the band and such, and this little editor pretty much commentating on them. But all these things they got a little bit of wear and tear on them, because, you know, it's from 06, 07. I believe I got this for my 14th birthday. I'm 20 now, almost 21, so I got this for my 14th birthday. That's how old it is. And got these other ones right here. Dirty Done Dirt Cheap. And which one is this? Live High Voltage. You got that in 07, January. So I was still 14. Pretty much when I was really into them was the time I was 14 to the time I was 16. It was just like, holy shit, AC/DC. And Highway to Hell, which I reviewed in my last Classics review. And this one, oh my god, this one was a bitch to find. I had this mid-2007, something like that. And I was looking everywhere for it. I couldn't find it anywhere. So, Powerage, this is probably my favorite album, as it has the most wear and tear on it. So, I got this one March, so early 07. Early 2007. And this one, Powerage, like I said, my favorite songs, Rock and Roll Damnation, Riff Raff, all those really, really powerful songs, awesome songs. And for this one, this is one that I got in late 07, like September, I want to say, something like that. It was a little teaser for the box set that was soon to come, Plug Me In. This is a giant box set of music DVDs that I'm about to show you a little bit later after I get through this. But that's the little teaser that they were selling in Best Buy. Got 3 songs on it. There's another teaser in there with like 5, 6 songs, something like that. And Razor's Edge, their 1990s, and in my opinion, their last classic masterpiece. 1990s, the Razor's Edge. Ever since then, all their material has kind of sounded the same and blended together. I mean, not to say that it's not good, but it's just not amazing like AC/DC's prior albums were, previous albums. So, in my opinion, I still love them though. And then here is Stiff Upper Lip, their 2000 album, and they're seriously, seriously underrated. Flick of the Switch. This is honestly one of my favorite AC/DC records. I have no idea why people hate it. The only song I can't get into on it is Deep in the Hole. For some reason, just the melody and the singing, and it sounds too scratchy, you know? But like, with songs like Landslide and one of my favorite songs, Guns for Hire, you know, I mean, like, I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, fast riffs, fast pace, really catchy, really complex. I mean, it's AC/DC, you know? It's complex for AC/DC. Usually their stuff is really simplistic, so this one is 74 Jailbreak. It was released in 84 when they had Brian Johnson, but they wanted to do something different and say 74 Jailbreak because it was probably recorded in 74. I'm not sure about that, so don't quote me on it. That's just a guess. All these songs, or most of them, were released on Dirty Deeds Under Cheap. So, that being said, this is one of my least favorites, Fly on the Wall. It's got a few good songs like Back in Business, First Blood, Shake Your Foundations, that stuff. I think the Pink is alright. It's kind of overrated, but it's still good. Ball Breaker, probably my least favorite. It has a few so-so songs on it. I mean, like, I don't know. They all kind of sound the same. They're not really that memorable. Like, ever since after the Razor's Edge, like post Razor's Edge, for some reason their songs aren't memorable, and they all sound like they could be off the same album. And with the exception of Rock and Roll Train. Rock and Roll Train, War Machine, and Black Ice are probably some of my favorites. You know? I just don't like the lyrics that much. This one has a little wear and tear on it. For those about to rock, we salute you. Amazing. There's Who Made Who, soundtrack album. Favorite live album ever, pretty much. If You Want Blood, You Got It. Bon Scott is the best vocalist to ever exist, in my opinion. So, that will not be disputed. If you don't agree, fuck you. No, just kidding. But, he's got that amazing blues suave, you know, he just kind of eases you into it. And then he gets really raspy and just hard, heavy on tracks like Highway to Hell, Girls Got Rhythm, If You Want Blood, you know, stuff like that. I mean, he's got a lot of variety in his voice. This is the Big Gun single, and burn this disc myself because I got it off iTunes. But this is the actual cover of the single if you would have gotten it in like 93. Just put Big Gun on the back. And these are the songs that were released in 2009, 2 years after I originally acquired them. And these, I just call them unreleased tracks and unreleased tracks part 2. So, for this one, this is the Bon Scott era ones. So I have Carry Me Home, Rock in Peace, Cold Hearted Man, Fling Thing, Stick Around, and Love Song. Love Song was very uncharacteristic in that it dealt with the more serious tones and themes versus everything else AC/DC did was pretty much, you know, drugs, sex, rock and roll, you know? And hell, Highway to Hell. But this one is Brian Johnson era, and Snake Eyes, Cyberspace, Down on the Borderline. Messing with the Kid wasn't really my favorite, any of my favorites. I didn't really like that one that much. And Borrowed Time, another good one. So, that being said, let me get this. That is all of AC/DC's albums right here. It may seem small, but no, it's not. It's a huge collection. And this is the album, or this is the band that got me into metal and hard rock. And without them, I wouldn't be doing reviews at all. I wouldn't even be listening to music, probably. I'd still just be playing video games that really didn't mean anything. Like, off tangent a little bit, I grew up playing movie games and Star Wars and stuff like that, you know? I mean, good games, but not like Metal Gear Solid or Uncharted or Assassin's Creed, you know, 2, like that. And for my music DVDs, I have Family Jewels. This one has both Bon Scott and Brian Johnson. their 91 live at Donington, so same as my poster here. And this one's a little bit of a weird one. It's an import, and it has a little bit of a mistake because it has Brian Johnson on the cover here, and it was released in 2007. It's called Highway to Hell. It has performances from like Glasgow and the Bon Scott years, yet it has Brian Johnson on the cover. And this, I believe this is their cover for one of their singles on Stiff Upper Lip. I can't remember which one it was. I think it's Safe in New York City, but I don't know. Anyways, I have a few posters here. Well, that one counts as one. And my shirt. You know, I wore this shirt coincidentally. I didn't know I was going to be doing this. This one has all their albums up to Ballbreaker. So, that being said, that's really weird because this poster here was released in 2005 after Stiff Upper Lip has been released. So why that's not included is a mystery. And this one, I'll save that one for last. Bonfire right here is basically the tribute to Bon Scott. Came out in 97. I picked it up at 10 years later in 07, like pretty much everything else. Comes with an amazing manual right here. Awesome, you know, ACDC, Flames, Bon Scott. Perfect picture for that, by the way. Perfectly edited. Amazing booklet. Comes with all this stuff here. Pretty much written biography of ACDC's life span pretty much all the way up until Bon Scott died. Has awesome pictures. It has a little bit of Brian Johnson stuff in Back in Black as well. So that's really cool. So, like that. Brian Johnson. Pretty much the savior of ACDC. Pictures of Bon Scott. And what's really interesting is they even have pictures of him as a kid right there. That's Bon Scott as a kid. And there's him playing the bagpipes in elementary school, I believe. That's really cool. This comes with... This is a 5-disc set, I believe. Comes with Back in Black, which I already had, so I didn't really care too much about. Live from the Atlantic Studios. I believe this was 77. I think. Yep, 77, 76. So this one has like rocker and stuff like that on it. And here's the two. Let There Be Rock, the movie. Live in Paris. As soon as I get these. Part 1. Part 2. 2 discs for Let There Be Rock Live in Paris. This was one of their concerts that was highly publicized for the back in the day. Still don't have that. I mean, the actual movie for it. I just have the soundtrack. And this is pretty much what I got the entire set for, was Volts. This has some rare, well, monsters and webcam. That's actually what I used to record stuff, so hey, you're seeing it in the mirror there. Awesome. But this is pretty much got School Days, cover of Chuck Berry's School Days on it. I actually like it better than the original. It's got Dirty Eyes, which is a early demo of Whole Lotta Rosie, and Backseat Confidential, Beating Around the Bush. That's what that was. And an early demo of If You Want Blood, You Got It. So this has just a bunch of rare unreleased stuff that they hadn't released prior to this, aside from in Australia with School Days. So that is the perfect tribute to Bon Scott, my favorite vocalist. Sebastian Bach's my favorite living vocalist, but of all time, I'd have to go with Bon Scott. And I unveiled this a little too soon. This is Plug Me In. As I said, there was a little preview disc before this was released that I got a couple months before that, and we shall unveil it. This is the inside cover. And the glare kind of puts it off, but you can see that it has a little bit of shine to it, and it has the band's name just all over the place on like tickets and such. And this is a 3-disc set because, again, the original was 2-disc, but this is the deluxe version with all the extra shit right there in the middle. So disc 1, Bon Scott. Disc 2, Brian Johnson. Has just a bunch of like live features, live material that they do over the have done over the years. So first disc is 1975 to 1979. That's what it looks like right there. And this is 1981 through 2003 with their Circus Krone stuff. That's the most recent that this collection gets. I believe. Like, there might be some stuff on the 3rd disc from a little bit more recent, but it tells you on the back here. There is a long, expansive list. So, let's see. She's Got Balls, It's a Long Way to the Top, Let There Be Rock, Back in Black, or Bad Boy Boogie, excuse me. Guns for Hire. Yeah, it's got a little bit of both, Brian Johnson and Bon Scott. That wasn't on the original discs. So that is disc 3 for you. And they call it Between the Cracks. So you only get disc 3 if you get the limited edition purchase, the deluxe version, as well as the manual right here. And again, ACDC, the Epic remasters, all have supreme, superb, amazing menus right here. Or manuals, anyways. And this is no different. This has just some pretty amazing artwork on here. This is probably my favorite. Out of everything ACDC that I own, this is probably my favorite. Is the Plug Me In thing. This is the Plug Me In box set. And it has just some really great photos. Brian Johnson without his hat. Just awesome stuff, you know? Let's see, what else do I have? Got the little booklet. I can get it all the way open. Pretty much says, hey, get all of ACDC stuff at acdcrocks.com. And if I can get this. Here is another poster. Really cool because it's, I believe it's a double-sided. No, it's not a double-sided poster. I hate double-sided posters personally. Not as big. Well, not as big as the other one. This is basically like a Highway to Hell poster. I think it came out around the time Highway to Hell came out. Yep. Well, so there you have it. Huh. If I could get this. There we go. Put that back. So, and then with this, you get some, see it has this thing on here, all access, or access all areas. Really awesome art design. I love the art direction in all of AC/DC stuff. Especially like some of the covers. Old Passes, Circus Krone, 2003, Munich, stuff like that. This one is another one. I believe it's like Japanese, Tokyo, something like that. I'm not sure. Then we have some other stuff in here. Might as well just empty it out here. Take all of it. This one's one from Glasgow. Glasgow, Scotland, I believe. I think. I don't know. And then there's a St. Albans High School Hall. And this looks like it's from their 70s stuff because it's got the older logo. And that being said, this is another Flick of the Switch one. It's a pass, but it's weird because it's actually a sticker. I'm not gonna stick it to anything, but like I like to keep these things as they are. So let's put this stuff back. That's pretty much all I have to show you, except for right here I have a few shirts, this one included. I've got a maroon one, high voltage, and then this one, which is a camouflage high voltage. And then, of course, you know, my Black Ice t-shirt that I keep referring to. I've worn it in past interviews, several past interviews. And then this Back in Black t-shirt. I got most of these t-shirts in, you know, 2007, 2008. I got this one 4 years ago. 5 years ago now. 4 years ago pretty much. Still. 2008. And right when Black Ice came out. And I'm really hoping for another release. I'm probably going to go out and get like what I'm missing from my collection, because I mean I still like ACDC, you know. It's not like I'm not a fan anymore, I just don't like them as much, you know. I've kind of moved on. So, but I used to be one of the biggest fans back in the day, and I thought I'd make this video just to kind of give tribute to that, you know. So because ACDC have influenced me personally in so many different ways. I mean, like I said, I probably wouldn't even be making reviews if not for ACDC. I wouldn't be listening to the music I listen to now if not for ACDC. Like, even like bands like Bullet for My Valentine, Linkin Park, Metallica, Bon Jovi, stuff that has nothing to do with ACDC, I've grown to like, I've grown accustomed to because of ACDC. This is pretty much my first exposure to hard rock, and you know, it affected me so much that I wouldn't be the metalhead I am today without them, you know? So, that's my little tribute spiel of ACDC stuff. That's my ACDC collection. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. I'm going to post some more pictures at the end of this video of my collection. So, and if not, they'll probably be at the beginning. I'll probably just post them at the beginning, actually, now that I think about it. So, yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and rock on. Midnight Strike out.